so important. Just
What is also important is we are what we don't eat, because I think a lot of people just overeat. We eat when we're not hungry.
Yes.
We just eat because we are learned to eat with the clock, but we don't listen to our bodies.
totally.
We listen to the mind.
Very much so.
And when you listen to the mind,
And
our taste buds.
A lot of the time. It's very, very good. Now, someone's just ladies passed me some wonderful books. I mean, they're in Spanish, and it's Spanish poems. And I couldn't read it, but the cover just took me straight away. It's so beautiful that I can tell that there's some amazing stuff in there. It's a lady who, so it's someone who's had Parkinson's disease, and she's basically coming through that. And she's, so she's written these books, these poems and everything. And so if anybody can take any, it's like a small donation for the books. There's a few over on the side there. To say they are in Spanish, but anyone we can support, She's getting through her Parkinson's. 15 euros, yeah, they want. Okay, well, that's what it is. You've asked me, I've said, but they do look amazing. Her name is Inga Di Domingo. So these books are here if anybody's interested. Now, we've got the period where now we're coming into, as I say, with where the last gone, the this is gone. We've seen now that we need to about our sovereignty. We now know and we've realised, we've been talking about it, we've got maybe a plan of action for this, and it's important that we now put that into place. We've got the little groups going with the gardening and this. We need also now, someone's asked us if we could grow crops for them in order for them to feed their animals, basically. But we've got people who are looking for crops to be grown, so we need, quite a lot. So it's about land now. Anybody who's got any land that they need maybe to start growing things, we can maybe all come together and grow this basically root crops. So it's nothing extra or extra special, whatever. So there's things like that. We've also got as I said, about the workshops, but I need other people to start standing up and sharing the skills, because this is what a community does. As I say, we're not thinking about the governments and what they're providing for us. We need to provide our own and provide for our own. So we need to be sharing skills. It could be anything. Someone could be a sewer doing work on a sewing machine, or as I say, a carpenter. All these types of skills are very, very important. The thing is, another thing that really, for me, is we need some youngsters in here. Right? We need to, if anyone's got children, we need the youngsters in here because it's for them. I know it's very hard. I don't know how we can and what we can do to make it more attractive for the youngsters.
Tribal youths.
But yeah, we tried a group called Tribal Youths where we want to do, maybe in the summer we can maybe put on something, some kind of music or whatever. Brilliant, and bring his crowd. We've got to put our heads together in some way to find a way that we can bring the youth in, basically, because it's about them.
Need their energy.
No, I was just going to say I'd be happy to brainstorm those kinds of ideas with you.
Fantastic.
Brilliant.
Obviously with my kids in mind.
Yeah, and especially in the summer when they're not going to be at school. They're not, the youngsters won't be at school and stuff like that, so they're going to be around, they're going to be about. And I know within the whole tribe, there's a lot of people that got youngsters, teenagers, and it's teenagers that I'm targeting really at the moment. Not to say we don't want the little ones, of course we really want the little ones because they're the real future, but the teenagers, because the last 2 years for them must have been hell. If you think about what we're going through, what they're going through, I mean we've been blessed that we've had our youth and we've been able to do more or less what we thought we could do, but we could do. These children haven't been able to, they've all got mask fear now. They all feel that they need to wear their mask. They're so brainwashed, for want of a better word. We need to be able to,
Bless you.
By example, by some way, save our that generation, because at the moment they're going to be a bit messed up, really. So, again, it's something we need to start storming. If we could put on something in the summer for them. And this is a nice little venue, but we could find some bigger venues where we could really put on some kind of something for the youngsters.
I think with the garden in the summer, I think it's a perfect little festival spot.
Yeah, a bit small though, isn't it? I'm talking about getting some numbers together.
Okay.
For and getting them, make them involved. Get them involved. Let's get on. It's possible to be done. We can't separate ourselves from them. So we've got to really be involved. Can you say something?
Like when I was a kid, when I was 10, we had a group called Earth Kids.
Earth Kids, brilliant.
So there was a couple of hippie teachers, Rosie and Dave, who facilitated it.
Rosie and Dave.
And they basically signed the responsible adult forms, but then they gave us complete autonomy.
Freedom.
So we just format everything by kind of.
So they just created a safe environment.
Anarchist consensus principles. So
Wonderful.
So they'd allow us to do all these actions. So it allowed us to channel our kind of teenage rebellion into something.
Brilliant.
We went to a local, at the time, they were in Flamhead in the UK, they used to wash out the oil tankers, all the sludge at the bottom. We used to open the back, just send the sludge out, just because it was viable. So we went to the local beach, cleaned all the dead seagulls and all that. And then Rosie and Dave signed us to attend the local parade as Earth Kids. We took it as an oil slick, black bin liners, dead seagulls hanging from us, and just had everyone just told people what was going on. This is what SO Shell are doing, sign this, talk this, course there. That's how we did when they were clubbing, when they were doing seal clubbing, we had balaclavas and a baseball bat battering the fake seal, showing people what they were doing, what they were turning seals into, what they do to whales. With line foot police vans in the Hazleton laboratories for the vivisection. So we went to the local Menwood Hill, tested about the arms race. So we just laid ourselves on the line, because at the time they couldn't arrest kids. They couldn't arrest us. They'd just take us from the ground, pick us up, throw us across the street, and just stand up, run around the police van, and do it again. We just do it round and round and round, and just that enabled us to kind of have a voice. Just having two responsible adults to kind of go, and at the time they taught us about birds, about the environment. We knew about what was happening with oil way back then. We knew about climate change. This is in 1980, so we've known that there's a huge generation of people who've known about all of this going on for a long time. And we've been trying to say the words and talking it out, and we've seen organisations come and go. We've seen Greenpeace be an organisation that was quite radical to be a kind of feel-good organisation that's just run by advertising. We've seen things like Occupy was involved with the Occupy movement, where a large number of people take to the streets across the world. Occupy the States, they were doing it, we were networking with things in the States. The stock exchange, those people from all over sharing ideas like you do now at the Bank of Ideas, where people just get together and find direction within our communities.
The thing closer to your mouth.
So is that better?
Yeah.
That's much better.
Yeah, so it's just that if you collect and you find direction, you can create initiatives. Whether by setting up a barter scheme locally, like there's the Let's local exchange trading system, which is a blueprint that works for exchanges done to receive. It's just a simple balanced book equation. There's a group I run on Facebook called Be the Solution with an exclamation mark. If you go down there, type in the search thing, type in barter, stuff will come up, type in companion planting, stuff will come up. Type in forest gardening, stuff will come up.
What was it called again?
Be the Solution with an exclamation mark. It's just a portal to other places. So it'll take you to websites like Plants for a Future, PFAF.org, which shows you all the useful and edible plants that can grow in Europe and in the UK. So you can find out what is indigenous, what's native and useful here, what can grow, what can sustain. And it's just finding ways of getting plants in the ground where they're going to have water. And for the next generation, it is going to be about survival. Where's the water? Where's the seeds? And what we're going to be grazing on again? people who know how to kind of live from the hedgerow will be a lot stronger than people who are looking at empty supermarket shelves. We set up the Honeycomb Project, which is a community orchard planting scheme like 20 odd years ago in Cornwall. We just planted fruit trees wherever we could in bits of land that the council gave us because it was costing them money to cut the grasses. You'll find here there's loads of little patches of land that nobody knows quite who owns them. Just take ownership. I connect to a guy called Phantom Planter in Belfast, and he's planted thousands of apple and pear trees and all kinds of fruit trees all over Ireland. Johnny Rotten's working with it now. It's getting to plant 4,000 of them across all of Ireland. Johnny Rotten from the Sex Pistols, yeah. So I just met him from a chance meeting in Belfast.
Okay.
I met Greta Thunberg on a train in 2018 when she was on the beginning of her journey. She's about to give up. Thinking, her words were, "I don't think I'm making a difference." This is before she went viral. Life will throw into your path the people you need to meet.
Yeah.
And that every one of us has the ability to be that little drop in someone's pool. To give them a direction that they never knew they were going to take. A path that they want to take. And that's just about finding their unique gifts. They might have a gift with plants, they might have a gift with animals, they might have a gift with healing, with singing a voice. People like Kate Tempest. Yeah, another friend of mine who's a great voice. If you want to hear inspiration, listen to Kate Tempest.
So Simon and who are going to be the two responsible adults?
Yeah, so all you do is they were teachers, so they all checked out, and they had the knowledge of botany and the ability to stand back and let us be a bit nutty. Because if you kind of prescribe, another friend of mine was an organisation called Peace Child, and he would facilitate them, bring the youth in, but they really need to have their own voice.
Yeah.
They need assembly. So if you give them a place where they have their own voice and just some structures, when with Occupy we adopted structures like a we agree or wanged it up. If we had these non-verbal signals that made group communication easier. We got a lot of people, say, "Oh yeah, it's all Tavistock," and like people would say, about everything. You have factions and there's personalities turn up in every organisation I've been involved in. Anarchists are